Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to another video. Today guys, I want to share to you something important. This is my experience with my 20s, 30s, and now I'm 40 years old. I want to just share to you that the things that I hope someone told me earlier, and also the things that I think can help you uh, overcome obstacles that is on the way. When I graduated in college, I thought, oh, when I graduated, everything will be easier. But the thing is, it's just a start of a new adventure. The thing about working uh, for someone else, working on a job, working as an employee, I'm trading my time for money. And my time is limited. But I know I need to go through those things to be able to come in a better place. I just want to have a goal that in my 30s it will be more easier for me. So that was my goal, to work very hard, spend less, and save more. The people that has the education and has the experience has more advantage over me, but that's not the problem. The problem is you need to take the chance. If I didn't take the chance to transfer from Philippines to Norway and take the risk of failing, then I will not be able to conquer or not be able to go in this situation. When I was in my 20s, I knew that I need to sacrifice those early years so that my later years will be more easier. So I knew back then that if I will have a family, that I want to have the time and energy and money to spend for my family, so that later in my 50s, in my 60s, I will not say, oh, I didn't have time for my family, or I didn't have the economy to build a family, or I didn't have the confidence to do these things. Um, so that's why the 20s is very important, very crucial, not to waste this, because it's easy to just like go partying every weekend, spend all of the money, because it's like, oh, you didn't have money before, now you have some money. It's easier to spend than to travel, to buy those clothes, to buy a car, to buy your expensive house. The good thing is there's a God guides us in our ways. When you have God in your path, He will make your path straight for His own name's sake. So it means you need to connect to God. If you connect to God, you read His words, and He will guide you through His words, through people also, and from there, you will meet someone who can teach you, who can develop you, so that you become a better person. Everyone has the opportunity. Yes, everyone has the opportunity. The problem is not everyone is prepared for the opportunity. So even people who are poor, even the people who are rich, even the people who are old, even the people who are young, they have opportunities. Opportunities are everywhere. But the problem is not everyone are prepared for the opportunities. So if you're not prepared for the opportunities, when it presents itself, you cannot grab it. So it goes to the next person who is prepared. So, but in my 20s, after in my 20s, in my 30s, I I already have approximately 2 apartments that time, I think. Yeah, I have 2 apartments that time. It was very hard for me to accumulate the first apartment, because the down payment was so high, and in Norway apartments is too expensive also. Um, but when I acquired my second apartment, it was more easier, because I have some equity from the first apartment, and then I use it as the down payment for my second apartment. From my second apartment, now it produces cash flow, because I rented it out to a tenant. One of my tenants there lived for 7 years. Imagine my 7 years of my debt, 7 years of owning that apartment. They paid it off. Imagine. So from there, I decided to sell now my first apartment to be able to pay down my loan, because my loan that time was around almost $500,000, and the equity for the both of our apartment is approximately 1 million. So if I sell one of the apartment, means I don't have loan, and I will still have an apartment worth $500,000. So I decide to sell one of my apartment and rent and live on that apartment for a while, and then rented it out again to my tenant right now. So now we are currently living in my wife's mother. That's her house there. We are living at her house at the moment because we are planning to build our own house on around that place there. So here you have like the sunset, you have the view of the mountains. There's a church there you cannot see, so we are planning to cut some of the trees. But of course, to acquire this or to build our own house here also needs a capital. So every stages in life there's always like you're playing a game, there's always like a boss you need to conquer, you need to overcome. So for example, me now, I have two children right now. It's not the same in my 20s. I'm thinking in my 20s, how can I survive? Now, how can I provide? So one of the provision is I need to have an income. If I transfer to the countryside, right where I'm living right now, I need to have an income, because in the city you can always, like, I'm a nurse in profession. It's easy for me to find a job there and then trade my time for money. But when I accumulated now my apartment and it produces cash flow, I don't have any mortgage. Now it's easier for me to think clearly. Now I can strategize where I want to go. So this is my perspective. Not every one of us has the same situation. We have actually very unique situations, but we have some similarities. But because I noticed some of my friends also in their 20s, they party, they travel. Now they are in their 40s also. They are complaining on they're now trapped in the job because now they have mortgage to pay, they have car loans, they have also now family. They're stuck now in the system. They cannot go out the system. So I hope, guys, if you enjoy working as an employee, it's not a problem. But if you are not enjoying working as an employee or working 9 to 5, you need to find a way. Maybe you need to go to another course to study. But around my age is more difficult because you have more responsibilities. So people who are in the 20s and your 30s, I hope you actually get to find your purpose, because when you find your purpose, it's easier to take action because you know where to aim, you know where to go. But if you don't know your purpose, it's hard to take action, then it's going to be a problem. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this, give a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, you can subscribe also. See you to my next video. Bye bye.